Enjoying it, we're embracing it. What a place to have a Ryder Cup. It's going to be amazing.
You talked about sending Rahm and Hatton out. I think that speaks for itself. They are just so good. The record says that. They passed the eye test in every way. What other changes did you make? Paulie referenced Rome and the foursomes where you were so successful. What changes did you make from Rome, and why did you make those?
I think, it's 2 years ago, Rome. Players evolve, players change, their profiles change. So, again, you have to look at, you're looking at personality matchups. We have so much options that it's really quite fun for me as a captain. But, we know the US are going to be strong. They're strong in foursomes. They have some amazing partnerships there. And we wanted to bring our best as well. And this is what we feel is our best.
Well, you talk about the challenge ahead, the quality American team. There's no doubt about that, Luke. The home team in Ryder Cups has won 8 of the last 9, and America have led after the first session on 4 of the last 5 times. So the task is a mighty one. How ready are you guys for it?
Well, I hope so. I've been preparing for 21 months for this. We understand the task at hand. We understand how difficult it is to win away, but we have done it. We've won 4 times. Since 1987 to the US has won, winning away. So it has been done, and we will certainly, draw on those experiences. But we're not coming in here with any complacency. We understand the task at hand and the atmosphere and the amphitheater we're walking into.
You're obviously going up against a formidable U.S. team, but it could be argued that your biggest challenge this week is going to be the crowd. How have you messaged and prepared your team for what could be, and I hope it's not, but what could be the most hostile environment in the history of the Ryder Cup?
I think all you can do is have good communication, talk to the guys. There's a bunch of our players that have been in away environments before, so we're learning as a group. We understand. But I think the messaging is that these are 12 of the best European golfers in the world. They love to be challenged. They love to be in a Ryder Cup in an atmosphere like that. You can draw energy off the crowd as well. I think we saw even at the opening ceremony, we had plenty of support behind this as well. New York is a melting pot. We understand the vast majority of the support will be for the US, but I think we can find some cheers, some European cheers in and amongst that chaos as well.
American audiences around the world really are going to get a good look at Bob McIntyre. He played in Rome, and he won 2 big tournaments in Scotland and in Canada the last 2 years. But we're starting to get a sense of this sort of pugnacious quality to this guy. What more can you tell us about Bob McIntyre, who's going out with Victor Hovland in that last match against Xander and Patrick, a formidable duo?
Yeah, Bob's a gritty Scottish fella. He's a tough character. He's won, in difficult situations. Won with his dad on the bag in Canada. He won the Scottish Open, the event he really, really wanted to get. So I think you just look at someone like that. In 2 years ago, Justin Rose did an amazing job with him, kind of getting him around the course, and he went unbeaten, 2.5 points out of 3, which was incredible for a rookie. But he's a much, much better player than he was 2 years ago.
By the way, real quickly, just a sign of how deep I think this team is. Justin Rose is 7-2-1 all-time in foursomes, and he's not playing tomorrow morning. Shane Lowry is 4 strokes gained approach. So just speaks to the depth you have up and down your lineup.
Yeah, both teams are very, very strong. There's no doubt about that. Luke, a little bit of a false start yesterday and a rainy day today. You didn't really get the full practice session in. Where are the guys managing? That's one of your jobs now, is to kind of manage them and key them back up again. And
yeah, absolutely. Obviously, we had to adapt a little bit yesterday when we found out the opening ceremony was moved up a day. And to be honest, we within 20-30 minutes we had a plan in place. Yeah. The guys still got out. I think most of them played 9 holes today. It was a little bit rainy, but it wasn't too bad. Yeah. They were all back in the team room today, watching this together. Kind of recreate again what that will feel like, because it's a bit strange having it on a Wednesday and then having a day to think about it. That's not what we usually do. So I'm sure they're excited. I'm sure they're back in the team room, excited about those matchups and getting ready for them.
Luke, how do you communicate to the players who don't get picked to go out there, especially veterans who might expect to have gone out there. What's that process like?
It starts early.
Does it?
It starts really early. You know, again, we've had a pretty good idea of what our foursomes this morning was going to look like, you know, even a few weeks out. You obviously have to make changes sometimes, you know, depending on how the guys are playing. But to be honest, I've been so impressed with the practice the last week that everyone seems to be in good form, in good spirits. Everyone understands that, you know, when they're called upon, it's their time to try and contribute. They're not going to play every match, but they'll be ready when it is their turn.
You were #1 in the world, you know, you're one of Europe's best players going all the way back the last 15 years or so, but you have really taken to leading people. You know, I think about, you know, the great Bill Russell, Phil Jackson, Pat Riley. As we say goodbye, what have you come to sort of understand and really enjoy about the role you're in now?
Yeah, I think, you know, when I first got that call 3.5 years ago or so, you know, I had a lot of doubts about myself. It's not sort of a role I really thought I was going to feel that comfortable in. But, you know, you grow into it and you push yourself. And I think just like as an individual, you know, I always wanted to get the most out of myself, be the most prepared I could be, and give myself the best chance. And I think that's, you know, those are the qualities that I've tried to instill as a captain and just try and instill into my players.